Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. What a day it's been at IEM Cologne. FaZe keep cruising and are now just one win away from making it to Lanxess. NAVI knocked NIP out in a brutal 24 round decider. And Vitality, yeah, they just bodied the Mongols again. That's now 9-0 in the head to head against them. We've got upsets, dominant performances, and a playoff bracket that's starting to take shape. Let's break it all down. FaZe are now just one win away from reaching the Lanxess Arena after shutting down Aurora in a clean 2-0 sweep. 13-10 on Nuke and a brutal 13-1 on Mirage. Things kicked off on Nuke where FaZe set the tone early with a 1v3 clutch from Frozen in the pistol. That moment pretty much laid out how this whole series would go. Constant clutch after clutch from FaZe. Brokey and Rain each pulled off their own 1v2s to keep momentum rolling, and they went into the half with a 7-5 lead, despite being on T side. Um, in the second half, Aurora couldn't stop the bleeding. Even when they looked like they had a round in the bag, Rain would hit them with a Deagle 3k to rip it away and close the map out 13-10. Then came Mirage and Aurora's own pick, and it was a disaster for them. It took them 7 rounds just to get on the board, and the few times they did look alive, FaZe immediately shut them back down with more 1v2 clutches from Rain and Frozen. The score at the half was 11-1, and FaZe cleaned it up comfortably with a dominant 13-1 finish. Rain was on fire this series, dropping 35 kills with a 1.56 rating, and Brokey wasn't far behind. Really impressed with Brokey since he's come back and returned to the squad. Also, Frozen looked sharp too, continuing to deliver in high pressure moments. Up next, FaZe will face NAVI for a playoff spot, and with the way they're clutching up right now, they're looking like a real threat to go deep in Cologne. Okay, speaking of NAVI, let's talk NAVI versus NIP, an elimination match that came right down to the wire. NIP started strong on Nuke, turning 6 solid T rounds into a clean 13-9 win, but NAVI struck back hard on Inferno, absolutely dominating with an incredible ace from Bit. I mean, wow, what a play from the guy. That's got to have crushed NIP's mental at that point, and at the same time, a great push to keep the momentum going on Navi. Absolutely destroying their own pick, 13-3, and forcing a decider on Train. Train kicked off with Bit going crazy again. 4 Julies kills in the pistol gave Navi the early edge, and they rode that momentum to a 6-1 lead. NIP started to show signs of life with a filthy quad kill from Kaspersky to close the gap a little bit before the half, but in the second pistol, Wonderful clutched up a 1v2 to keep Navi in control. And even though Wrinkle had a brutal first half, he came alive when it mattered with a crucial triple and a clutch to keep NIP hanging on. But Navi just kept creeping forward. They reached map point after a B-site hit, and while Kaspersky pulled off another clutch to spark a mini rally, NIP couldn't really close the gap. Navi closed it out 13-11 and sent NIP packing from Cologne. Now, they'll face FaZe later today for that final spot in the Lanxess playoffs, and it's a rematch from earlier in the tournament where Navi took the series 2-1. So it's a little bit of a revenge series, and it should be a banger. And then we had what I thought would be a really good series, given how good the MongolZ looked, but I was severely disappointed. Vitality versus the MongolZ, a rematch from the Austin Major Grand Final. Vitality came in with a 8-0 record against the MongolZ, and they made it 9-0 here in Cologne with a dominant 2-0 sweep. On Mirage, it was all about clutch control. Vitality took a bunch of tight rounds in the first half to go up to 8-4, and then they closed it out smoothly after the switch for a 13-5 win. Then on Inferno, Mezzi and Ropes kicked things off with a 6-0 start. Then MongolZ clawed it back a bit, but Flames pulled off a ridiculous 1v3 ace to keep Vitality in front before half time. And then came Zaiwu. This guy dropped a 2.25 CT side rating with 130 ADR in the second half, and he just absolutely shut the door and locked it in. The final score being 13-8 series over. With that, Vitality book their spot in the semi-finals and extend their record over the Mongols to a clean 9-0. If the Mongols make it to the LANXESS, you know they're going to want the revenge matchup, so we'll see what happens. And before I go, I just wanted to touch on something I previously touched on yesterday's video regarding Simple joining BC Game, and it looks like NAVI posted their farewell to Simple, which I thought was really nice, but hopefully it's definitely not the last we see of him. If you're a fan of this sport, which I'm pretty sure most of you are, you will have seen how much Simple has grown as a player and how much he has put into his craft. So I'm pretty sure we will see him. We'll see him getting those reps in and get back to Tier 1 CS where he belongs. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care.